When a society is traumatized, it clings to structure. It wants certainty. And the fastest way to feel certain is to choose a side. Political parties thrive on that moment of collapse. They rush in to offer belonging, slogans, enemies. But what they're really offering is not truth, not solutions. It's identity. And identity is how trauma hides. When something shatters us, the psyche doesn't just let it pass through. It buries it. That pain sinks into the unconscious and congeals. And from that pressure, the ego is born, a false self, built to protect the wound. At the collective level, the same thing happens. A national trauma, an assassination, an attack, an economic collapse, sinks into the cultural unconscious and rises again as movements, parties, and ideologies. And when people sublimate their trauma, they need validation for it. They unconsciously seek out groups and ideologies that echo their pain back to them, that promise meaning for their suffering. The hidden lure of an ideology is its unconscious shadow, how it harms others to make the ego feel safer. It tells the wounded, "You were right to hurt. They deserved it." That is how trauma becomes politics, not through healing, but through projection. This is why political parties behave like cults, even when they pretend to be rational. Trauma makes the psyche desperate, and parties give it what it craves. They give belonging. After shock, we fear isolation, so the party becomes a surrogate family. Colors, chants, heroes. We confuse community with conformity. They give narrative anesthesia. Grief is complex. Parties replace it with simple fairy tales. We are good, they are evil. That story numbs the pain. It isn't policy, it's trauma anesthesia. They give purity rituals. Closed systems always do. Agree harder, rage louder, prove loyalty. Any doubt is treated as betrayal. The ego thrives on all or nothing because doubt threatens the mask. They give scapegoats. Projection is the ego's favorite trick, exporting the shadow. Every unprocessed wound gets painted onto an enemy face. Hatred feels like relief, and they give dopamine. Not meaning, dopamine. Rage bait headlines, endless feeds, the rush of being right online. It's not information, it's a slot machine. The algorithm becomes a priest, handing out micro-rewards to keep us worshiping the mask. But over time, as a party ages, the unconscious shadow becomes visible. The more traditionalist and authoritarian it becomes, the more it openly celebrates what it once hid, the desire to harm others to validate its own wounds. And this is where it becomes truly dangerous. The party starts reenacting trauma as ritual. Acts of violence and mass trauma become staged dramas, spectacles designed to pull people deeper into the fold of authority. These are not accidents. They are the egregores of the party's collective unconscious, feeding on pain and recruiting new believers through shock. The more the mask hardens, the more it needs blood to keep existing. This is the hidden architecture of the system. Political parties are not tools. They are egoforms, scaled up. Closed systems metabolizing trauma into identity, identity into division, and division into power. Every trauma feeds them. Every crisis fattens the mask. And when they run low on trauma, they manufacture more. The only way out is to stop feeding the mask. That doesn't mean abandoning all structure. It means reopening flow. We start with de-identification. I am not my party. Repeat it until it sticks. A party is not a soul. Then we return to issue-first thinking. Talk about outcomes, trade-offs, and timelines instead of teams. No mascots, no jerseys. We do shadow work in public. Name our projections before we throw them. Say, I am angry because I am afraid, not, they are evil. And we rebuild shared rituals, art, grief circles, community meals, planting gardens, spaces where we're humans before we're labels. This is political gnosis. It isn't reform. It's ego death at scale. Dissolving the mask so reality can breathe again. Violence and blame feed the mask. Parties need it, but Gnosis dissolves it. If we can resist the ritual of enemies, grieve our wounds, and step out of the closed systems that pretend to represent us, the cycle breaks. Dissolve the parties, dismiss the mask, choose flow,